Welcome back to my channel. Like, share, subscribe, hit the like button. What's going on, y'all? It's Friday night. I don't party too much anymore. Too old. Got too much going on in my own life, you know. But I ran across this on TikTok, and y'all probably already know about it. And I can't find it. Damn, but it was a video. The guy, if I find it, I'm gonna play it. But this guy ran into a white elderly man who confessed that while he was a firefighter, he would leave black people in burning homes. And I was thinking like that, we have been through so much. Our people have been through so much. And they have done a mental job on us because even to this day, 2025, we still don't love one another. We just unalive on another at record pace. And we really just don't care about one another. And I was just sitting up here thinking, like, what kind of person who you took an oath to help people and you could leave because you don't like another race, you could just leave them in a burning home, and you can. I'm just thinking, and you can hear the screams. Hey, 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 therapy, and you can hear the screams of the people and or the children being burnt, and that don't affect you because you don't like niggers. It's no way that, right. I could not leave, and I could not in my good conscience sleep well after some of that. But believe it or not, it's quite a few stories out here like this, and it blew me away. So that TikTok video I'm saying, so what I found, there's multiple online stories have circulated claiming a firefighter admitted to leaving black people to die in burning homes, which it came out on TikTok. The man confessed that he and other white firefighters in the 60s and 70s intentionally let black people die in fires. This really broke my heart. I was like, wow, how could somebody in good and probably went to bed and slept well that night. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. But what they're saying is that the story is unverified and the alleged confessions appears to have been part of a viral fabricated narrative. But I found some true stuff. For example, in Michigan, which briefly remember this was in 2022. Two black boys, Zaire and Lamar Mitchell, died after two white firefighters, Daniel Zanoski and Michael Zoltek, failed to find them in the house. The firefighters allegedly lied about their search. They didn't even search for these little boys, but they were not fired. The incident prompted a state of Michigan investigation. I don't know what happened, but this is what I found. But I'm gonna see if I can find this video. Then in California, 2024, there's a video showing an off-duty California firefighter making a racist rant against a driver on TikTok. The fire department placed the employee on administrative leave, but he was not fired. Then in 2021, A Chicago firefighter was fired over racist social media posts directed at black and Asian people. Now let's get to this. We know some of the horrific stories of the past, the way black people in the United States have been treated, the way they've been dismissed, dehumanized by every institution in the country. And that's a fact. Let me add you.
Hey, what's going on, girl? How you doing?
Oh, Len, you got it better than me. I wasn't even gonna go live because I got to come up with this money. I got to pay this bill, so I got to work all weekend. I got
Man,
to
what
do
you
it,
think?
and I'm
Think you
tired. But
don't when you
shoot,
do?
huh?
I said,
What'd
think
you
you
say?
don't what you do? I said, I got to come up with this shit for this other paperwork I got to file, but I'll be good. It's just something necessary, but I'm good on it. You know what I mean?
Hey,
But shit,
we
that
can.
ain't
Oh,
nothing. Oh, go ahead.
oh no, I'm just saying it's tight out here. That's all. But now, like I
Tighter
said,
than that, booty.
yeah, you know the way that black people, how we've been historically treated, we've been dismissed, dehumanized, abused, wrongfully arrested, wrongfully convicted, killed by the police, ignored, dismissed, mistreated by doctors, unfairly sentenced by judges, denied wealth building support, red line, redistrict, and poor education. Well, damn, now you just gonna leave us in the house to burn the fuck up.
Hey, they've been doing that. When they were saying that all that's been going on since slavery and after civil rights, it was going on, Jim Crow. It's been going on since the welfare system when women sold out the father to be in the house, so that left them vulnerable. And then they just started. That's when other people could creep in, like the government left the man out there. So when they burning down the building, they not literally burning it down. They burning down the home from inside out. And then like if somebody comes in there that's not the father, it usually be times when it be them dudes burn up the whole building because they in a relationship with them and they let them do it. And them people don't even get in trouble for it because there's been stories out here where men burnt down the house and women done burnt down the house, but the fire department is not gonna rush in on it unless it's a cat and a dog in there and it's somebody white.
Right.
You
And
get
I
me?
just find that to be, it's no way in good conscience I can hear people screaming, you know, that I could go to sleep at night with that. I couldn't.
No, but you got to understand that it's a lot of people don't have a conscience. No matter how they'll sit up in church, and them be some of the worst people. They'll sit up in church acting like they got a conscience, but they be serial killers and everything. They do the worst.
That's true.
So how you think they gonna have one like, especially somebody like that? Sometimes them people get immune to seeing a lot of violence and just get immune to it, and then sometimes that turns their mind numb, and then they live out their fantasies through it. Cause you remember firefighters used to start fires, you know, just to put
Hmm.
them out, especially the volunteer firefighters. You know,
Yeah.
you
I mean,
remember
but if you,
stories about that?
yeah, but if you think about, we've been lynched, we've been violated, demeaned, brutalized.
You name it, they did it. Every sick thing you can think of, they done did to black people. Everything.
Right. And then you have a firefighter that can, oh, I think I found it. Oh no, this is the one that happened in Michigan. Here we go.
To lie on an official report and say they searched for two black children and never did. Never did. But the firefighters, they weren't fired. for manipulating an official document, lying about their duty and oath to protect and rescue. Let's put up the picture of the family, okay? You see the two black children? They're dead. They're dead. The firefighters, two of them lied on the same report and said, oh, we did everything we could. We went aside. We did a sweep of the apartment. They did nothing. Not a damn thing. Guess what? They are being protected. But I'm going to expose every single one of them. Keep that picture up. You're looking at Crystal Cooper. She's in the center. She's grieving the loss of her two sons, Zierra Mitchell and Lamar Mitchell, 12 and 9 respectively, dead. And Michigan mother is now demanding answers and accountability after two firefighters gave an all clear. And that's important to note. All clear means nobody else should come here to help. They gave an all clear during a house fire that left both of her sons dead.
Wow.
Flint is where this happened. Flint Fire Chief Raymond Barton found that Sergeant Daniel Snagoki and Michael Zlotek completed false reports about what occurred on that Memorial Day weekend fire. He said it. He said, yeah, these guys lied. He did something else. They claimed to have searched for the children on the second floor, where the bodies of both of them, the 12-year-old and 9-year-old, were discovered by two other firefighters 6 minutes later. Now, keep in mind the variables.
This is indisputable with what's his name?
With who?
With Dr. Rashid Ritchie. I like him. I mean, how the hell could you? But I forget these is ICE people. They children of Europe. They cold by nature.
Yeah, that's them goddamn Germans and Israelis and the Palestinians and all the motherfuckers. Like, people think that just because they call something else, they still consider themselves white, especially the Israelis, the Palestinians, the Russians. Like, people like that, when they come over here, they have that same blood running through them. Those are people from England. And you got to understand how they were doing their own people over there. They were literally eating them. They were practicing cannibalism.
You ain't lied about that. That's a topic that's gonna be coming up. Well, I did do humans hunting humans the other day. I guess nobody liked it. But let's finish this.
No, but you know what? I think that's a good show. I'll go back and revisit it. Because I'm telling you, people don't think that's happening. Why do you think these people
organ hop? And it is that movie Hunger Games and Hostel.
And Hostel.
Yep.
And then you remember.
Actually, it reminded me of Hostel. Let me.
Yeah, but they do a lot of stuff. What else? It's a lot of movies that were showing cannibalism. Because Texas Chainsaw, that was off Ed Gein. Jeffrey Dahmer. Yeah. Jeffrey Dahmer, another white boy. I'm telling you, these white folks be cannibals. They straight up be cannibals. It's it's some African cannibals too, because they be over there and over there.
Yeah, that'd be part of a ritual. That'd be part of that'd be part of the
No, they ain't always part of. No, that's just them. They tribes. You know all them tribes over there.
Some tribes doing this, some be part of a ritual. Yep.
Yeah.
Let this play.
Okay, go ahead. I'm over here telling you.
Actually be charged with a felony. Two other firefighters ended up finding the dead bodies a crucial 6 minutes afterwards. After those firefighters, the initial ones, lied. There's more. The chief recommended that the two lying firefighters, who happened to be white, be fired. He said they gotta go. But one was allowed to lie because somebody decided to override the chief. And the other was suspended for 2 weeks and received additional search and rescue training before returning to the job because somebody decided to override that decision by the chief as well. Now, the person who decided to override this wanted to remain top secret. But I got the goods, and we're going to expose
You know
the
what's
individual.
crazy?
There's more. It's credible.
You know what's crazy
What?
is that's clear that they should be in jail for that, and it's clear that they should, but they always protect them when they harming black people.
Exactly.
Like down there when them school shootings go on, they try to talk them down. They in there mowing people down. They don't never take them out because they're white.
I agree. Let's see
So
who did this.
Miss Crystal Cooper, who was speaking at the Flint City Council meeting, this was on October 19th. She was speaking because she said there's something foul here. The child's mother, both of the children's mother, Crystal Cooper, took her fight of justice to the Flint City Council. Cooper said she wants the firefighters who neglected to search for her sons to face criminal charges, and that is exactly what we want as well. They were later carried out of the home by two black firefighters who took the time to actually do a search. Both of the children died days later after being airlifted to Detroit Children's Hospital. They committed a crime. For them to say
Damn.
they searched,
and you know
And
what's
Flint and Flint is about 45 minutes from Detroit.
yeah, I got kinfolks in Flint, and then I got kinfolks in Battle Creek and Detroit. I just never been out there. Closest I've been to there is Chicago. That's it.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
I
but
just this right here hurt me. I was like, damn, all we've been through and not, wow.
they wouldn't let illegal immigrants burn up in a building like that. Let one of them shelters or one of them complexes where they got the illegal immigrants from everywhere housed. They would not let that happen. It's just us, foundational Black Americans, the ones that were
Exactly.
already. They trying to erase that blood. You know what I mean?
Yes, they are. I'm gonna let a
And
few more minutes. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, by any means necessary, you see that. And
Yeah.
then it be some of your own with the black face helping them do it. Because who else overrode that? Because there's
Right. That's what
clearly,
that's what I want to hear. I want to hear this part. That's the part about the. I want to hear who overrode it.
okay, yeah.
and they really didn't search the house. For them to be suspended with pay, they weren't dealt with properly, according to the mother when she addressed City Council. Ms. Cooper, I agree with you 100%. Zaire and Lamar were in the home when the fire started on May 28th. I'm taking you back to the historical element. The boys were spending the weekend with their father. A witness reported seeing smoke billowing from the side of the residential structure, and there was possible entrapment, according to a 911 audio obtained by ABC 12. According to accounts at the city council meeting, someone reportedly walked into the fire station where the smoke from the house could be seen about 200 feet away. Firefighters made the first call. So the two firefighters, Snogoki and Zlotek, were the first ones to respond. When they responded, what did they do? They decided to call off any other rescue efforts. They literally told people, we do not need any additional help. We have swept this place. It is clean. Everybody can move on with their lives. That's what they did. That's extreme. After performing the initial sweep of the home, they wrote in their reports that they entered the doorway of the bedroom where the children were found and used a thermal imaging camera to scan the room, and the results were negative. However, the firefighter whose team found the children after moving an air conditioning vent told the chief there was no way possible they entered the bedroom where the victims were found and missed them. No way possible that happened. The first child was found to the immediate left of the entrance of the room, and the other one was on the bed. In other words, if the firefighters would have simply walked into the room, if they would have simply walked into the room, they would have found them. Those children would possibly be alive right now, today. They did not get fired. They did not get charged. And one is still working.
Wow.
Worked in the department's final
And then
investigative
with a
report.
thermonuclear camera, you can tell if somebody's in that building. They do it. You remember they did that for a dog and a little baby that went missing in the woods? They had this coon ass black dude and this white dude. They did that for all the little white child in the woods, but they couldn't do that for a building on fire. You had that. If you'd have walked that with that camera, you'd have saw that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because apparently them kids wasn't dead yet. Right?
Right.
Am I missing something?
No, you ain't missing nothing.
Man,
You
they
ain't
do it.
missing. You ain't missing nothing.
That's some sick shit. Just straight up. And they knew what they were doing. Because if it was some white people in there or a dog, a white woman with a dog or some white kids, they'd have
Yeah.
had 5 alarm fire on that. That's how they move, man.
Yeah, but
You
I
know
mean
that.
that just made me like, wow.
Well, you know, stories always like that. It'll mess with you. But you know,
Yeah.
some people just them people don't have no heart, man. Listen at their last name. They only care about their own, if that. Because they don't care about their own like that either. You know what I mean? So, though, and then for them not to be held up on charges, criminal charges, is crazy. So that shows who's over them that even allowed that to even happen. Because had there been 2 black firefighters that let that happen, they they would have been all over their ass, even though they didn't want to. If that
Right.
makes sense.
I agree.
But cause shit, ain't no black man 9 times out of 10, unless he a coon ass Uncle Tom, gonna let that happen. And even they got a heart when it comes to that. You know what I mean? But not those. You know what I mean? Cause just listening to their last name, I was like, yep, that's about it. You know what I
Yep.
mean?
Oh shoot.
Them people like, and then 9 times out of 10, listening to their last name,
Firefighters.
they folks is not even legally here. I don't care if they've been there 30 years. You know what I mean?
Oh yep, I found it. I found it. The one that I found. I just found it. This is again with indisputable with Dr.
Going
Richard.
into homes,
Here we go.
seeing black people, seeing black children, and leaving the black children to die. That is the confession of a firefighter. Now I'm going to give you the highlight, and then we'll get into the meat of the story. Here it is. So for context, I drive trucks, and I stop at this Denny's to grab a coffee. And as I'm walking to the bathroom, it's this old guy sitting to the left with about 12 people that's celebrating his 89th birthday. Sat down, ordered some food, so now I'm sitting like across from the guy that's celebrating his birthday. And everybody that basically came to celebrate with him had left, so now it's just him and his wife. So as I get up to go wash my hands, I see him and I give him a smile. I'm like, happy birthday, young man, 89. That's a lot of memory to have. He said, well, thank you, young man. And he smiled. He kind of just stared at me. So I come back, and his wife is gone. She's talking to some other lady that goes to the same church they do. And he sees me. He says, come here, come here, come here. And I say, yes. And he said, there are way too many things that I wish I could forget. And I said, yeah, man, you make it to damn near 100 years old. I'm pretty sure you got a handful of regrets. And he looked at me with the most serious look ever and said, "You have no idea." He said, "I used to be a firefighter through the 60s and 70s. I said, "That's what's up. That's a very commendable job." And he said, "Yeah, it should be." He said the 60s and 70s was a different time in every way possible. You know that, right? And I'm just like, yeah, no. He said, back in those times, I was a way different man, and who knew that we'd get to the point where we are in society today, and I'd be feeling the way I'm feeling, the decisions that I've made back in those times. So right before he took a very long pause, he looked at me and said, back in those times, it was very common for firefighters that looked like me to leave people that looked like you and burning houses and buildings and horrible situations just to say they couldn't get to us. With millions watching and many people benefiting from this program called Indisputable, we just need 1% of the viewers to become a paid member so we can continue to bring this content to you. Deliberately didn't. And he said that was the last time he did it, and he quit that year. He said the nightmare still hasn't stopped. He still hasn't forgiven himself, and therapy helps, but it's still a living nightmare to have those memories. When it came to firefighters, I never thought of them like that. Like when it came to like police officers, lawyers, and judges, and everybody else, we knew they didn't give a, especially police officers. But I don't know why that didn't click to me that, no, it was everybody that hated us. Everybody had a hand in deliberately making our lives worse. But it is something that I cannot think about for too long, because that visual of you fake going to save somebody and not saving them because of the color of their skin and the entire 911 understanding, because, oh yeah, you couldn't get Jamal. Oh well, just another one gone.
But I always knew it.
This is not the first time we have.
I always knew it.
But that was the story I was looking for. So I was.
My great grandmama them and uncles them, they always told me about those stories, and we saw it when we were younger. I'm like, come on now. I wasn't in the 60s, but going through the 80s, you still saw it. 80s and early 90s, you still saw it.
Yeah, that's true. Yep, hold on. I'm about to give me some water. Go ahead. Hold it down.
Okay. Okay, I got you. Yeah, but what was going on through the 60s and 70s, it carried over into the 80s and 90s when the crack era came in. They gave them more leeway to do that more because everybody else, if they had enough water to spray black people down with, and then last time I checked, the fire department didn't have German Shepherds, the police did. The police don't have fire hoses, firefighters do. So that means they were both working together. That's just how I understood it, and that's just what it was. Because a firefighter don't have no gun, and a policeman don't have no water hose. So they were working together when they were burning down buildings. They were firebombing. They were letting other races firebomb us. They were doing a lot. So it's a lot of those firefighters and stuff, even some that were black, that were on the police force. They got rid of some of those in another way. If a black policeman was ever around, you can hear stories about that. But most of the time, they'll make sure the black cop or black firefighter wasn't there, or they would be there when it happened. So that's what I think about that, because when during civil rights in the 60s, it was fire hoses and water and fire hoses and German Shepherds. So that's policemen and firemen. So I don't see why nobody would expect anything different, even though time has changed. People haven't. The time can change, but a person can't. If a person is sitting up here waiting on a certain time to do something, just like a person planning to do a drive-by, a person planning on setting a bomb, they on time. Time not going to change them. Time changes, but it's not going to change the person. So that's how I see that. Now, some people, depending on what they did, they might have a change of heart, but as far as doing something like that, I don't. It's like he said, the white dude said, it's always gonna hunt him. What do you think?
Yeah, it is, because it ain't no way that I could live with myself.
Did you get my analogy with the fire hose and the
Yeah,
German Shepherd?
yeah, about the 60s with protests, absolutely.
But I'm saying,
Excuse me.
somebody not to understand that police and firefighters work together. A policeman don't have a fire hose, and a fireman don't have a gun.
Right,
You get
but
it?
they work together. That's
Yeah.
good.
Who else gonna have a fire?
That's a good analogy. That's a good
Yeah.
analogy.
You ain't never seen no fireman with a gun out there arresting nobody, and you ain't never seen them with a German Shepherd. You ain't never seen a policeman with a fire hose. They running into a building. I'm telling you, they all government, and then that's just what they do. That's just the only way I can explain it. These stories are terrible. It's, it's way more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not to
They
mention
really
in the
are.
60s. Not to mention in the 60s, they didn't even need a building. They would just burn you anyway. You know what I mean? And these were the people in the KKK. They were firemen and policemen and doctors, everything. So, like I said, time changes, but that don't mean the person does. And then they teach that and show examples of it later on. You know what I mean? And it goes through generations and generations of them teaching it. That's just how I look at it. You can't, and then like once the younger generation and they family get a hold to what they done did, they start to question their own history. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's just like with niggas out here gang banging. It's generations of that for nothing.
Right. And just to get off the top of your minute, just a little bit, I was shocked when they asked people, you first, second, third generation gang banging. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, that's something
Yeah,
proud, something to be proud about.
and they've been gang banging long as the '60s
Right.
and
But
'70s.
it was created against police brutality. And I don't know what it is now.
Some of it was, but some of it was the same KKK mentality on black people, putting fear in them to join them too, right?
Right. That's true.
Because some of them were trying to protect the community, but when the crack era hit, it was all gloves off. It really hit a
Yeah.
little bit, you know what I mean? So it's no different between a gang banger and what they doing. That's just me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I know exactly what you
Cause
mean.
like you said, everything been on us, even our own.
Even
That's the
our
main.
own. And we still mentally enslaved as a people.
Yeah, so that goes back to your point. We done been through a whole lot. Even our own people done did it to us.
Right. And it's so sad, and we still don't love ourselves.
And I love me, and I love
No,
those.
but I'm saying as a race of people, if we loved
Yeah,
ourselves, we wouldn't be able to unalive one another.
yep. But then it's taught from somebody that don't love themselves, and they teach it and they spread it, and
Yeah, that's
they
true.
reward people that don't like us, even our own. You notice that a man go to jail for gang bang and get out. What they do? Throw him a party, put money in his pocket. They don't do that for people who graduate or somebody that just need help anyway, trying to
That
make it.
part.
You know what I mean?
That part.
But you go out here and be a serial killer, and then the neighborhood ain't gonna tell on you because you scared. Oh, you snitched. I ain't snitched nothing. I didn't do it. I wasn't with you. What the hell wrong with you?
Right. Right.
You know what I mean? So that goes back to what you were saying. We done been through a whole lot. And then our own even have the nerve to have the mentality that these people got, these firefighters got. You know
That's
what I
a
mean?
that's a good point. That's an excellent point.
That's the point I was, yeah, I'm glad that's the point I was trying to make. And I be like, when I sit up and be talking, man, that's what I be talking about. I'm like, man. And then I'm always for black fathers because now all of a sudden they starting to talk about how black fathers got out the family. I'm like, y'all know damn well how the black father got out the family. Not all, but most of the time. You know how it be. The
Yeah.
welfare system, and then the women that was on welfare. Any other man can come in there except the father. You know what I mean? So that was splitting up the family at first. So when
Well,
they
that's
talk,
what it was designed to split up the family.
yeah, because I've been hearing a lot about the black fathers. I'm like, y'all ain't gonna sit up there and do that on my watch. Because I didn't seen it with, I've been through it. I seen it with my own eyes in court. The courts don't care, and the women that got you in there don't. They don't give a damn about their family. She just want revenge for whatever is in her throat ass mind. And if the system sit up and let that work, all in that favor, what the hell you think the black father gonna be? You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I do. And
Huh,
on
yeah.
that note, we about to end this live. I'm gonna try to come
Okay.
back. I'm so sleepy. I'm gonna try to
Nah, just
come back.
go get you some rest. I just got a notification and I just
All I
jumped up.
want to do, I think I'm just gonna do Denzel Washington. I'm trying to get this info up. But like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. Please hit the like button. I don't understand. As soon as I go in somebody's room, I hit the like button. Even if I don't like their content, I hit it because it's important to be in the
Yeah,
algorithm.
I always hit the like button, even if I don't stay for the whole show. I just hit the like
Right.
button.
And I
Yeah,
don't understand why it's so hard for people just to hit the like button. It's free. It don't cost you nothing.
yeah. It don't cost you nothing. Ain't like I'm asking you for a kidney. Damn,
Right.
hit the goddamn like button. Now you done got me cut. Now you done got me started. I'm on two right now.
You on
I'm on the
too?
second one. Yeah, I'm on the second one,
All
and I
right.
saw
Well, I'm
you.
gonna try to come back, but I am tired. But anyway,
But look,
like,
if
share,
you
subscribe.
thank you for having me on the show as
Oh,
always.
anytime, anytime. All right, I'm about to end this stream. All right.